devalued our system to now where the world says, well, the age of Western male dominance is over. All across the West, we are seeing changes in policy to help women get ahead while crushing masculinity. And I think that that's the problem of a lot of men in our society, because society is feminized to prevent natural male behavior from ever taking place. So men can never learn, earn, or become what they were meant to be.
Because you can't fake action. You can't fake mastery. You can't fake courage. And when you do it over and over again, that's how you earn your status in a masculine hierarchy. And I'll point out that they don't ever want to let men have these opportunities anymore. They don't want to let boys have opportunities to demonstrate their courage and their skill and their masculine power because, competition, competitiveness, risk-taking, aggression, these things have been labeled toxic as mental health issues by the APA, the largest mental health association in America. And now the AMA as well, the largest medical health association in America. They both are on the woke train 100%. Our doctors, our psychiatrists, our psychologists, all of them now are thinking, A, everything is corrupted by racism and misogyny and masculine power, and we need to eradicate it. And today it's counseling it out of you, through therapy and shame. Soon it's going to be castration through hormone pills for those who are just too masculine. And of course, right now, if your 14-year-old daughter says that she is a man and she says that she wants to go get testosterone to become a man, and you say you don't want her to do that, if you live in Canada, you go to jail if you continue referring to your own daughter as your daughter.
Yeah, we have this article here real fast. I know you brought this up. You shared this, right? From Post Millennial. It says, father was jailed after referring to biological female child as his daughter. This is absolutely insane. Check this out. But that's not to say that if you're 14 years old, that you have any authority in your life to come up and tell your parents what they need to call you. And now the state is saying that they are more important than fathers. And I think that's where the argument comes in, is that the reason why they're attacking and they're trying to kill the masculine, strong Western male is because if he is weakened and he doesn't exist, the only person to take his place is the state.
But I will not accept the government telling me what I have to do with my own children. I will not accept the government forcing me to use particular words when in my own home dealing with my own child. And then I would be that guy in jail. The feminists and the radicals will tell you over and over again that there's no such thing as essentialism, that there's no biological determinism, that who we are born, our biology, none of that matters in terms of our, quote, gender expression. They will tell you that gender identity is completely socially constructed and it's injected into your brain and you can actually reject it. They think we can reject the social constructions. But when it comes time for a trans person to, quote, consider their social constructed gender identity, the first way that they go about remedying this is by what? Injecting them full of the male hormone testosterone, as if biology is the driver of masculinity. So this whole thing is filled with contradictions. It's irrational. It's unsafe. It preys on children, all at the altar of destroying, quote unquote, the patriarchy. All of this, the trans issue, which exploded overnight, like 5 years ago, maybe.
But you can't see this. I'm going to bring this up on the screen, and I'm going to try to describe this to you. So we like to celebrate men in our society right now. Some men, right? We used to celebrate certain aspects. Now, this is a biological man. This is on CNN. And of course, they're celebrating that this person named, or who calls themselves Lena Bloom, makes history in Sports Illustrated to castrate yourself, to fillet your penis open, to invert it and stuff it into a cavity inside of your groin. And that, men, is how you do good. Oh yeah, and also stick these bags in your chest and get some fat adipose tissue, sucked out of your thighs and your butt and inject it into your chest, and then you can be seen as brave. That's what real bravery is. But I'm never going to accept in my society that this is what we're going to tell men. This is how you become famous. That's what's screwing people up, is that young men have been told that the best thing they can achieve is fame. And right now there are more young men who want to be YouTubers, shame on us, but who want to be YouTubers than actually want to become astronauts or join the military or become doctors or do great things or be ranchers or whatever. And so there's this fame in our culture that is given this femininity of these men who want to, be approved by the world rather than to care about what just men think. And this has devalued our system to now where the world says, well, then here you go, men. Here's how to be popular. Fillet that pee-pee open. And that's how you get on the front page of CNN now. And it's like, that's apparently working. And that's what young men are doing. I mean, it really is alarming that this is what we worship on the altar of saying this is peak malehood.
Lay my pee-pee. Well, here's the irony. The deeper irony is this also, is that let's destroy masculinity. Let's call, we'll vilify the male gaze, right? We argue that men shouldn't objectify women. And then this dude becomes a woman and then goes in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit mag and lays around half naked for the pleasure of men to gaze at her. That is some deep irony. So there's a lot of things that people say, and then at the end, they reveal their own actions, right? If masculinity wasn't really a thing, if it wasn't something to be championed, if it wasn't something to support, if it wasn't something to honor or respect, or if it wasn't even something that was essential to our development as human beings, then why are you going to go on Sports Illustrated swimsuit magazine and lay around half naked for men to look at you in honor of the male gaze? If we eliminate and destroy our understanding of the differences between men and women, we will have destroyed our root foundation for understanding the world, period. What could have been an earlier sensation in our human experience than understanding that there's a difference between men and women? Maybe you're hungry, maybe you're tired, maybe you don't want to be eaten by an animal, and maybe you understand that that's a woman and I'm a man and we make sex and have babies. Those probably all happen right around the same time. So if you eliminate this idea that there are men and women that are separate, then you also eliminate the need for them to come together in union, which is the point, and then to create something else which comes together in union, which again is the point, and to create the family. And then the family is the building block of society. And then your communities become the building blocks of your nature. So they have zeroed in all the way down to the root issue. And if they could just destroy this last little bit, then the entire rest of the infrastructure on top of the sexual identity and male-female identities will come collapsing down.